Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. It's been a pretty great 24 hours for Star Wars fans, and following D23, we have even more exciting news today. And I will say guys, if you missed it, if you want my full breakdown and opinions of everything revealed at the expo, then check out my previous two videos, the ones I posted yesterday. But today we've got some amazing news for Skeleton Crew. So just to recap, Jon Watts came on stage at D23 and confirmed the show's already wrapped up filming, and it is coming next year. But now we have a new interview with Jude Law, the lead of the series, and while he was very tight-lipped, he did tease something pretty huge: the possible appearance of familiar characters. Let's dive into it. Skeleton Crew first look sees Jude Law make Star Wars debut. They say the following: next year, Jude Law is set to lead the cast of the Disney Plus Star Wars series Skeleton Crew, about a group of young children finding their way home after being lost in space. Speaking with Variety on the Friday, the British actor opened up about what we can expect from the New Republic era series. Jude Law was asked about what it was like on set and what Star Wars means to him. This is what he said: "It was such an important part of growing up, the impact of that film and that world, the way it penetrated and exploded my imagination." And here is the juicy bit: there are one or two more times every day where I'm walking on set and it hits me like a child. I get awestruck by certain characters that are around me that I can't say. Who could these certain characters be, and why are they getting Jude Law very excited? Probably because they're familiar characters, legacy characters he knew growing up. And Jude teasing these cameos or potentially big characters was echoed by Jon Favreau a few weeks ago. I did cover it at the time, but Jon Favreau basically said he wants this time period after Return of the Jedi to show us what familiar characters are up to, and apart from Boba Fett, Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka and Mando, he said he's going to use the upcoming spin-off shows to give us more characters who, quote, the fans want to see. So the big question now is, who could Jude Law be talking about? Given that so few details are known about this series, it's impossible to say for sure. But a big clue might be the fact that Jude is a notorious original trilogy guy. Any characters he would be talking about that made him awestruck and have that reaction would almost certainly be from the originals. Now while it could be Luke Skywalker again, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably going to be original trilogy bounty hunters, maybe Bosk or Dengar. So why do I say this? Because the Empire might be gone, but we know from the Mandalorian that the Imperial Remnant are still in contact with the Bounty Hunters Guild. And given the fact we got a show about a group of Force-sensitive children who presumably escaped from somewhere, maybe even Mount Tantis, I wouldn't be surprised if an Imperial Remnant's leader like Moff Gideon in a distant part of the galaxy has put a bounty on them and hired bounty hunters to bring them in. One big clue that they are using tropes from the OT is in the exclusive picture they showed at D23 Expo. We see Jude Law's character in front of the kids with tattletale droids around him. Also known as gatekeeper droids or TT-8Ls, this type of droid was originally seen in Return of the Jedi, but they were reintroduced on Navarro in the Mandalorian Season 1, so that could be a hint. And just remembering the client and the whole mission to find the asset Grogu reminded me of the Bounty Hunters Guild. Aside from Bounty Hunters, alternatively Jude might be talking about Han Solo or Leia. While it is a bit of a stretch, we've got to bear in mind that if the Mandoverse is exploring the return of Palpatine, his contingency and the cloning that led up to it, then eventually we are going to get Snoke, and beyond that, the corruption of Ben Solo and the epic duel between Luke and Snoke. And if Skeleton Crew is one of the shows to give us that, or at least the early stages, then Han Solo, Leia, Chewie and Luke could play into it. But even aside from what happens in the sequels, there are still over 2 decades to explore before then. Why not use Han and Leia in a grand expanded universe style adventure that connects to Ahsoka and the Mandalorian too? But this is all just fan conjecture. We're just trying to work out why he had that reaction and why those characters in particular gave him such excitement. And notice the way he cuts himself off after he says it, almost like he was about to reveal something huge, but he knows he can't. Skeleton Crew is one of the shows I'm just dying to know about. I can't wait for it. No matter what Mando spin-off you're talking about, whether it's Boba, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew or whatever, fans are always eager to learn more because we trust Jon and Dave, they understand the magic behind Star Wars. And with the addition of Chris Ford and Jon Watts, this one is truly going to be something special. As I brought up yesterday, we also had some casting news for Skeleton Crew. Thanks to Cinelinx, 2 of the 4 children were unveiled. One is played by Karana Kratta and the other played by Ravi Kabot-Conyers. Some sources claimed that we were going to get a full cast announcement for the show, but that didn't happen at D23, so we're going to have to wait for that. Neither did we get casting confirmation of Iman Esfandi as Ezra and Ahsoka, but since the Hollywood Reporter corroborated that rumour, it's almost a 100% certainty. And so now, my dear Mandalorians, let's talk about The Mandalorian Season 3, because I do have to clear something up. When I broke down the teaser trailer a few hours ago, I said there was no delay to the show, and basically in my excitement for the release, I failed to notice that at the end of the trailer, as a few of you pointed out, it no longer says coming February 2023, it simply says coming next year, and a few hours later, the official Mandalorian Twitter account omitted February 2023 from their bio. It now just says 2023, just the release year, and so as suspected, with the Andor series being pushed back, the Bad Batch Season 2 pushed back, it only makes sense for Mando to also be delayed. But this could be deliberate, and I want to share with you a theory that one of the mods in our Discord server put forward yesterday. The theory goes that because the Bad Batch Season 2 is 16 episodes and starts on January the 4th, then it's going to run until April 5th, which just so happens to be a couple of days away from Star Wars Celebration here in London. They're almost certainly going to use Celebration as a launching pad for The Mandalorian Season 3, where the premiere's going to drop that weekend, similar to what they did with the Kenobi show this year. They're going to show it in one of the halls, and then it's going to drop publicly, and that means that the Ahsoka show is going to drop sometime in the summer, and Skeleton Crew is going to be the fall or winter release of next year. So it appears as though the model for Lucasfilm is 3 live-action shows per year, and that's consistent with 2022, but also 2024, where it's expected we're getting The Acolyte, Andor Season 2, and the next iteration of the Mandoverse. Whether it's Season 4, The Book of Boba Fett Season 2, whatever it is, that'll be the 3rd show of 24. Not to mention, animation-wise, we're getting Tales of the Jedi on October 26th, The Bad Batch Season 2 January 4th, and Vision Season 2 sometime in 2023 as well. So my question to you guys today, which of the upcoming shows are you most excited about? Is it The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, The Acolyte, Tales of the Jedi? Let me know in the comments down below. For me, it's a tie between The Mandalorian, Andor, and the Ahsoka series, and what we're seeing now on Disney+, especially with the arrival of Andor, is the diversification of what Star Wars is. We're getting very different kinds of shows now, and that's also going to be very apparent with The Acolyte, and I'm sure the Ahsoka series too. But it is a shame we have no concrete idea about the next Star Wars movie. It'd be good to know when we're getting the next installment of The Galaxy Far Far Away on the big screen. And so with that said guys, that brings us to the end of today's Star Wars news update. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments down below. What did you think of D23? Were you happy with the announcements? Were you unhappy? All opinions are valid, so share them down below. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, do all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. May the Force be with you always. I'm Star Wars Meg. Have a good one.